Well, hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. I am your host, Sandi Ballard, and thank you for being here. Thanks for listening and sharing, as I always say, but I really do mean it. And if you are new to listening, please check out my website, www.growingforward.biz or badassbusiness.coach, because I am the badass business coach. I help people realize their badassness so they can do more, be more, and achieve more. And right now, we're all just doing our best, right? And, whether, you're doing your best or you're just bullshitting yourself the way through it, there's so many people that are still furloughed, laid off, paid pay cuts, essential workers. But, all that, it's just still kind of surreal and crazy. But it feels a little more like people are settling into it because there's really not a whole lot we can do, looking at the light at the end of the tunnel, I guess. And, last week, as I said in the podcast, I just hit a wall and I'm tired of it all. And, it goes 1 minute I'm great, 1 minute I'm like, okay, the sun is shining, I'm going to go take a walk or a bike ride. And the next minute I'm like, just bored and frustrated. And, it's just kind of crazy where our neighbors, like I said, I think I said in last week's podcast, our neighbor across the street, she just is feeling the effects, has been busy as hell, and then got furloughed just last week. That hit her hard, whereas everybody else had already had that happen to them maybe a month ago. So it's just, again, everyone's in a different stage and a different place. And, you just get to the point where you're tired of it and you want to hear some good things. And yeah, there's been a lot of good that's come out of this. And, in 2009, I was the executive director, 2008 to 10, the executive director of a chamber in Indiana, Chamber of Commerce. And it was the Great Recession. And I got tired of attending other meetings and luncheons and just watching the news. And all of it was all about this, the economists talking about the destruction and what's the government going to do and the bailouts and how this is affecting the economy and the unemployment. And yes, widely affected by it there. And, the economists were doing their best of, the gloomy outcome. And it just got so tiring. And I was like, you know what? We need a little laughter. So each year, 2009, actually in 2010, we have this huge membership luncheon, hundreds of people. And I had, instead of an economist come in or anyone do the mayor do the state of the city, I had a very well-known, funny, both times funny, interactive speakers. One was, his name was Mike Fry, his son's passed, and he owned the company Fancy Fortune Cookies, and he was a professional clown at one time. Hilarious. Oh my God, he had everyone cracking up. And it was fun. It was a nice break. And then the next year, I had Kevin Wanzer, who has traveled the world speaking, and he talks a lot about kids and that kind of thing, but he talks about love and laughter and all that. And so had him come in, and it was, again, very fun, inspirational, interactive. And I heard after both of those, this was so refreshing and amazing, such a relief and funny, and just what I needed. And so, as much as I've talked about in the last few weeks about you continuing to learn, dusting off old ideas, new routines and habits, what you'll keep doing post-quarantine, and trying to keep you focused on learning and being okay with this, as they're calling it, new for now. It's new for whatever. It's new forever because nothing is going back to how it was, right? So as much as I've been kind of preaching that and trying to keep you guys still focused on business and that, all the aha moments, they're awesome. We need them. But this week, I want to lighten things up because I'm hopeful, like I said, that I see the light at the end of the tunnel. And sorry, I just hit my paper on my microphone. So we all need to laugh. laugh a bit. And honestly, I think people have been. I've seen a lot of Facebook posts and just talking with friends and clients and hearing the neighbors. And although there are still some moments of disbelief and worry, I've seen a lot of this, a lot of people talking, a lot of people laughing. And because I can't bring you a comedian or a clown, I'm going to share some examples, some stories, some things that I've done, and some things I've seen out and about. And my high school, there's a group of us that from high school that we all graduated together that are doing Zoom calls. We were doing in-person lunches. And so we decided to do this on Zoom. And we laughed. And honestly, the first time we did this, about a few weeks ago, almost a month now, I was on for 4 hours. We had people popping on and off, and it was hilarious. And even my man Candy Tad was like, "Oh my God, I haven't heard you laugh like that in a long time." Again, just what the doctor ordered, right? It was so much fun. And now we've decided to do it weekly, and we are doing themes. And now we just are laughing at each other's, the Zoom backgrounds, and some of us are going full out and dressing the part of whatever the theme is. Last week was hip hop, and it was quite hilarious, putting foil in your mouth to make a grill. But it was just, again, just what we needed. And then, what was even more hilarious was sitting on our balcony. Saw two couples. One couple was standing outside their garage area, having cocktails and talking, and the others were walking by. It looked like they had gone to get a cup of coffee or something. Don't know. Could have been anything in that coffee cup. And one man said to the other, "You want a foot race?" And without missing a beat, the other guy said, "Well, I have 2 feet." And they seriously did a foot race. Hilarious. The one woman stood at the end, with her hands out so she could tell who hit each other. Hopefully, don't get grossed out, hand sanitizer, whatever. It was funny as hell. Everyone was laughing, and that was the end of the foot race. But it was just a break in time. And how the hell, why that even popped in that guy's mind to ask that? Who knows? But who cares, right? I'm seeing more and more parents playing in parking lots because they're empty. And they're riding their kids' skateboards. Yes, out here in California, a lot of adults ride skateboards, but you can tell the difference when it's their kid's skateboard. And it's fun, and they're laughing. And even the kids are sometimes laughing at their parents. And, just walking down the street and having so many people wave and say hello. And we had some people knocking on their window because they were all closed up, waving. And again, it's just, I think I've heard more and more people talking about these experiences, bringing everybody together again. And, it's like, I had a friend post on Facebook that her kids did a scavenger hunt with their cousins over Zoom. So what was so great about that? First off, it's giving the adults adult time. And I think they went and sat in the hot tub and had cocktails. But the kid, they were laughing instead of arguing or sitting with their face in the computer or watching a movie. So it was getting them to be active, working together, and laughing. And when kids laugh, sometimes that helps you laugh as well. So it's just, I wanted to share with you some funny things I've seen, experienced, and read on Facebook. And now I want to hear about you. What have you been doing that's creative and keeping you laughing and just lightening the mood? I want you to share your fun story. How are you keeping things light and laughing? Because during all of this madness, and yes, even when you're having fun, like a kid, two grown men having a foot race, we're still growing and learning and clearing our minds. All right, and I look forward to hearing from you, whether you're going to email me, sballard@growingforward.biz, send me pics, send me stories, let me know if I can share them, because I would love to share these funny stories, or post here in the comments something fun you guys did or you saw happen, like the foot race, or just anything. Let's lighten the mood, because again, even though we're lightening the mood and laughing, we're still growing and learning, and we're going to be in a better mindset when we come out of this. All right? Continue to do your best, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers.